She said you got that hat out. What you gonna talk about? It has been discussed. Let's call it an analogy. Let's call it one of those analogies. Was listening on the radio. Some sort of, actually it was a YouTube video. A likeness, a similarity, a parallel in time. Call it a mind movie if you want to. If you can get there. I will say it's a little bit after 9 p.m. Just for the record. About 9:30. Song on the radio was The Wait. The band. You know, the song made no sense whatsoever. You know, it was just random subjects, not unlike what I think that myself writes in that format. Take notes a lot like that dude out there in Kansas. Here's a note page from my book. Let's just pick a random still shot. Leave a comment. Take a break. Hit pause. Call it an intermission. Tune up the song on the radio. You can have it playing right there on your PC while you watch the video. I would have it in the video, but it's them copyright stuff. You know, I just don't want to deal with that copyright stuff. The Wait, one of the most, it makes no sense whatsoever. But yet, when you listen to the song, it makes perfect sense. It's a contradiction to itself. As some of my writings, when I reread, or the comment feedback leads to that slant. I'm just saying, okay, now that you got that tuned up there and playing, if you fell asleep and didn't get it, the band. Hands down, one of the greatest songs ever recorded. The name of the song, The Wait, by the band. Cue it up. You know, be worth a listen. It was definitely a song for its time that has endured the decades. You know, what brought the whole thing on was I sat down here, I got the radio yonder on the thing, and oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's a reflection on my glasses right there, my reading glasses, and the fire is reflecting on that. I don't think y'all gonna get the full benefit of that. I don't think you'll get that. But it's quite pleasing here on site. Just wanted to point that out to you. It's like I got 3 fires, you know, one here and one in each lens. As I peruse the audience, you know. Let's call it a Fireside Chat. You know, I tell you what, I actually think that I could legally call this video a Fireside Chat. Because it probably makes no nonsense whatsoever. You know what I mean? But it thought provoking nonetheless. I have watched on the YouTube those Fireside Chats that old FDR or Hoover, I think Hoover had them Fireside Chats, quite a few of them. One of the presidents, maybe it was Roosevelt, I'm not sure. I watched them, and you know, it was not unlike what you're watching right now, you know. I even watched a video today about what's airplane, outdoor sounds on the far side. You know, that would probably, well, you talk about a mind movie that went across through yonder then. You talk about a mind movie because this plane's going over. It's, yonder it goes. It sounds laborious. That plane sounds like it's really loaded, or it's a big one with a small engine on it. Something ain't right. Maybe it's a diesel. Anyways, I was just imagining there for a split second. A mind movie flashed across my brain. I should write that down because I won't remember that later, but possibility. You know, I wasn't there, but kind of hearing that going over, I can imagine the scene in the third person. Oh, it must have been frightening. When all of those planes came across, you know, if you're watching the movies and you see the old flicks, you know what I mean, and you're taking notice of all them airplanes, and they're bomber planes or something, quite important time period, but deadly nonetheless. And that plane there, I wasn't privy to hear that, so I would only have to imagine what that sounded like. And my imagination and this plane that just went over coincided 100%. It was like I heard what I imagined. And it was an eerie feeling there for a split second of how that must have felt, you know, right before they dropped the bomb on you. You know what I mean? It ain't funny, but it happened in real life. I'm just saying, man, you know, what next? Leave a comment.